Hello and welcome back to the kookiest corner of YouTube. Here today on the table I was going to take you through some of the mark making tools that I use within my mixed media pieces. There's a variety of them and sometimes it can get quite confusing as to which ones can do what. Specifically maybe the Neocolors. So there are two varieties of Neocolor, the Neocolor 1s and Neocolor 2s. So I thought perhaps today we could have a little look at those and how they react differently, but also then bring in some of the other things such as the Gelatos and also the Stabilo Woodies. So I'm going to drag out a few of each of these and we can just have a quick look at them and see how they react with water, if they react with water, and what kind of an effect that you get. To that end, I'm going to try and get some colours that are similar so that we can work through each one and see how they react. So yeah, I'm going to grab myself a pad and we'll go through some of these beautiful mark making tools because they really do all have their place. Okay, so I've got everything laid out. I've labelled up all the different kinds. I've pulled out similar colours, not exactly the same because the ones I have of these particular ones, which are the Marabou Art Crayons, are not necessarily the same as these, but these were the ones that I had. So we'll work with those. You still get the same effect and you'll see how they work. First things first, we have the Neocolor 1s. These are Caran d'Ache. And the Neocolor 1s are labelled as permanent wax pastels. In fact, on some of them it says permanent wax oil pastel. So that's what this one says, permanent wax pastel. This one says permanent wax oil pastel. So I'm presuming they have both wax and oil in them. So that's those three. And so we'll try those out first. So this one is the dark ultramarine, very creamy, lays down really nicely. And this one is the red, or what is this one? This is the rouge cadmium, or the light cadmium red. That's a standard nice red colour. The next one is just plain old yellow. Okay, so first of all I'm just going to lay some blocks down. I'm going to lay 2 sets for each one because we're going to add some water in and see how they react with the water. So just laying down 2 different sets. So we have a dry version and one that I'm going to add water to compare how they work. The next ones are the Neocolor 2s. So in this occasion we've got the royal blue, we have a ruby red, and this one is a golden yellow. And these are labelled as water soluble wax pastels. So we'll do the same again. Lay down 2 lots when I stopped flinging them around my desk. This is a slightly darker one than the other blue, but you'll still get the same gist of it. Can't hold things today. Maybe I should take up juggling as a career. These seem to lay down a lot smoother. They feel smoother than the 1s even. And a little creamier than the 1s. Okay. The next ones that we're looking at are the Marabou Art Crayons. These I got, I do believe, in the Scrawler box. A Scrawler box, which is a subscription art box. And the ones that I got in my set, I do believe everybody got some different ones. This one looks just like a good old sunshine yellow. This one is plum, and this one is pomegranate. So we'll do them in a similar order, even though they're kind of different colours. So that's the Marabou Art Crayon. These are supremely creamy, can I say? It's like colouring with a stick of butter. That's what they feel like when they go on the paper. Paper I'm using at the minute is it's a Pink Pig sketchbook, which is a watercolour, but it's not cold press. It feels more like a hot press, but it's still got some kind of a little bit of a tooth to it. Really creamy, in fact superbly creamy, and they lay down really well. The pigment is very strong in those colours. I actually looked to get some more of those because I tried them from the Scrawler box. So these are really nice. I like the way the pen shapes one. You've got little finger grips, so it's nice to hold. It's a nice chunky art crayon. And I did look for some more, and you can get them in the UK, but they're quite expensive. So if you know places where they are not as expensive, that might be something to look at. Okay, Stabilo Woodies. These feel nice and creamy again. We've just got a standard blue, red and yellow for this one. So get these on and down. And repeat, just so that we've got one that we can add water to see how it works with water. And the last little sample that I was going to look at today are these gelatos. These are Faber Castell gelatos. And they kind of look like a lip balm. They come in that kind of lip balm packagey thing here. So I pulled out a blue, a red and a yellow from there. These are much creamier. They seem to be less opaque also than the Marabou Art Crayons. So let's wind this up. It's like a red lipstick, isn't it? I wouldn't suggest trying to put them on your lips though. Do you know what? I'm just going to stick that one underneath there. Very creamy. Let's get another one of these down here. Okay. Yeah, that one looks a lot more transparent than the other ones, but we'll see how it goes when we add in some water. Really creamy. I must say they're not quite as easy to handle as the Marabou ones. If I was comparing the two of them, these are really easy to handle and kind of see where you're laying things down. These are just, they're lovely, they're just not as easy to hold. Okay, so let's have a look at the water now added in. So on the Neocolor one, you can see that is not moving anywhere, and that is its great strength. These are great to add into mixed media pieces where you want to keep the colour and you want to lay something over the top of it, and it's resisting the water. As I put the water on it, the water is actually just going off of it. Do that again. Yeah, literally it's resisting the water completely. It is not moving at all. On the dry one, very little smudgeability on that as well, on the dry one. Okay, so that's the Neocolor ones, Caran d'Ache Neocolor 1. Onto the Neocolor 2, and we see instantly that starts to dissolve. It dissolves straight away. So these are water soluble and mixable, so you can mix them together. I'm going to get a purple coming up there, so the yellow going into that one, we should get some kind of an orange going on there. They dissolve really well, Again, they are a favourite of mixed media artists because of how they react in water and how they react dry. So that's a great one if you want to use both. That doesn't really shift very much when I smudge it either, so that one only shifted because I had a bit of water that went into it. Okay, so the Marabou Art Crayon. Now I find this one is not dissolving as well as the Caran d'Ache Neocolors. It is dissolving, but can you see underneath? You can still see quite a lot of that pigment is still lying on the paper. Let's try this next one. Again, it is dissolving, but again not as easily as this one did. The Neocolor 2 dissolved a lot easier in the water and left a lot less of the pigment underneath. I don't know if it should work differently on other papers, maybe it would, but as this is a watercolour paper and not a rough watercolour paper, it's quite a smooth one, you'd expect it to work quite well. So that's something to bear in mind. The Stabilo Woodies, these are marketed towards children but have been picked up by mixed media artists all over the world, and the reason being is that they are very versatile. You can see that that is moving around. I would say there's not as much pigment as there is in the Caran d'Ache, but it's definitely moving around a little easier than the Marabou Art Crayon and dissolving more. It is still leaving something underneath, whereas the Neocolor just completely dissolved. The Neocolor 2, should I say, as the Neocolor 1 does not dissolve at all. And then onto the yellow. So I would say that these are not quite as pigmented as the Neocolor 2s, but they definitely do dissolve a little better than the Marabou Art Crayons, and they're a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. I think I've got a box of 18 different colours, and I would say they were probably about £1 a pencil, which is not really bad when you think of how big they are. You know, they're really big chunky crayons, so I think they're pretty well worth it. Let's have a little look at these Faber Castell Gelatos now then. So let's have a look at how well they dissolve. Certainly dissolving better than the Marabou Art Crayons as far as I can see, which is one of the things. I think these two varieties are the ones that are the closest to each other in creaminess on the paper. So yeah, they still do leave a little bit underneath, and I suppose a little bit of working into it, or working into it quicker. I did lay it down and then leave it for a few minutes, so still dissolves, but still not as well as the Neocolor 2s. So there we are. So that's all of them tried out now. And looking at them, I would still say that if you want something that's going to dissolve thoroughly, Neocolor 2 is definitely far and away the best out of the bunch. Neocolor 1, so that I've laid water on this, they haven't shifted at all, so if that's something that you're looking for within your artwork, Neocolor 1 is a great one to get. I have got a full set of Neocolor 1s, and also another thing about the Neocolor 1s is they do sorry, I'll bring that back quickly. They do a metallic set. So I've got a set of 40 and then a set of 10 metallics. I think that's right. And then you get a metallic set in all those different colours. So you get 2 different golds in that. And they're really nice. And if you like, I could swatch these ones out on the paper just so you can see these ones. So that's a nice gold. This one is a dark gold. This next one is copper, I think. Bronze, I apologise, bronze. They feel really nice and creamy when they go on as well. This one is scarlet, but it's a metallic scarlet. This one is rose. That's a really nice colour as well. Oopsie, losing one on the floor. Next one is this one, which is violet. We have a Phthalo cyanide blue. It took me a while to get my teeth around that one. Don't eat them. This one is a Phthalo cyanide green. Please correct me on that if I'm saying it wrong. I have no idea. This one is a silver. And this last one is an ash grey. And these are all the metallics. As I say, there are 40. I do believe there are 40 in the Neocolor one big set, but I'll double check on that in a moment. So let's label those up then. These are definitely water resistant. They are Neocolor one metallics. Another great addition to your mixed media stash, and you can see the slight shine. You don't get a shine on these, but the metallics you do get a slight sheen on. Definitely a shine on those. So let me have a look and see how many I do have in that big tin. Yeah, you get 40 of the Neocolor ones. I do believe there's a lot more of the Neocolor 2s that you can buy. I'm buying those singularly, so I buy a few at a time to build up my collection of those, and I've probably got about 50 of them so far, so there's definitely more than there are of the Neocolor ones. The Marabou Art Crayons I do believe come in packs of colourways, so you can get a pack of reds, a pack of blues, a pack of greens, etc. I'm not sure if you can get them open stock. That might be something worth looking into. The Woodies, I got the full set. I think it's an 18 set that I got, and you can get different variants of that, so smaller variants, and I do believe they come open stock as well. The Gelatos came in packs. I think there are quite a few different packs. Bend down and grab this one. So 12 in a pack. 12 of those in a pack of Gelatos, and you can get different colorways, so pastels, brights. I'm not sure which other ones there are, but I think there are a couple of others. So there you go. Those are some new, well, maybe not new to you, but maybe if they are new to you, then there's a comparison of how they react with water. These ones definitely are the most water soluble out of all of the ones that I've looked at. You can see if I hold it up, so you can see that with these ones here and these ones here, you can still see a remnant of where I laid down the square. The Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2, it's all dissolved, and they blend into each other beautifully as well, so you get like a purple and an orange. These are blendable, definitely. You can blend them. I would try and blend them on the paper though, rather than try and blend them afterwards, but you would do some experiments with them and see how they work for you. But yeah, that's it for today. Just a little comparison of some new mark making tools to you maybe. I've had the Neocolor 2's longest out of all of them. I had a set of 16 or 15 Neocolor 2s that I had a few years ago. Then I brought myself a Neocolor 1 set and the metallics. The Stabilos were, the Gelatos are the next ones I got. Stabilos are the ones after that, and the art crayons are the ones that are the newest. I do like holding these though, and I'm going to definitely use these more in my mixed media pieces. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you've enjoyed having a look at the different comparisons and how things work, and hopefully it might have cleared up a few questions about the two different Neocolors that you might have. Have a fabulous day, have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will more than likely see you on Friday with some other magical, maybe tutorial or an explanation of some of the mark making tools that I use within my work. Have a great day. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe and click that bell, and you'll see whenever I do an upload onto my YouTube channel. Bye for now.